Welcome back to the Video Game Gambler, and today I welcome you to Vegas Dream, released in 1988 by Hal Laboratories. Predates Casino Kid by 1 year, so let's see if it holds up compared to either of the Casino Kids thus far. So let's go into the regular Vegas Dream, and let's play as Mr. MegaHarv. So you may notice that compared to Casino Kid, we don't have any poker, so if you're not into any of these other games and just want a video poker experience, this won't be for you. But we do also have slot machines and a game of Keno, so we may as well start with the regular old blackjack and work our way over. So we have ourselves a nice little backdrop. Let's start with some $10 bets. Alright, so I got a 10. He's got a 4. Let's double down. Make things all exciting. Alright, you got a 16, 26. Okay, so I won. Perfect. So yeah, this is a pretty standard blackjack experience. I feel that compared to Casino Kid, the blackjack experience is much slower. I don't like it as much. I'll hit. And I'm over. And this version of blackjack, I am also over. But at the same time, you don't have to rummage around like you would in the regular Casino Kid. Casino Kid 2, it's a little more cut and dry. Go straight to blackjack if you want. So I'm gonna hit select and change the game now. And let's go to regular old roulette. And in case you haven't watched my Casino Kid 2 playthrough, or play of, I'll explain my roulette strategy. So I'm gonna start out with red, and I'm gonna bet $10 and see what happens. Because you gotta start somewhere, so you better start low. Roulette's my game of choice if I want to go into a casino and with like $100 and come out with $20. Like, I wouldn't advise playing roulette regularly to win tons of money, but if you just want to pay for your dinner, it's not the worst. So, okay, so it landed on red. So because of that, I double my winnings, so I'm up 10. But because it landed on red this time, I'm gonna choose black for next time. Oh, I forgot this was something that happens too. Mr. MegaHarv, may I ask you a favor? Will you lend me 200? You see, I lost so much, please? Now sometimes, I think it's just random. If you choose yes, you'll either have your money stolen, or it'll be to your benefit. So let's say yes and see. Yes. Thank you, Mr. MegaHarv. I'll never forget your kindness. Here's the news. Last night there was a theft at the Hal Palace Hotel. The victim lent some money to a woman who disappeared with it. The amount was reported to be 200. So too bad there. But yes, let's go back to the black and bet 10 here as well. So it was red this time, so statistically speaking, it's likely to be black this time. Like, remember, statistics are the closest thing we can get to a number. You can't trust the statistic as fact. Something could be a 50-50 chance, but one of the 50s happens 100 times in a row. Statistically, it's possible. It's not bloody likely, but it is possible. So we want a red and we want a black. So I'm gonna choose red again. I'm gonna keep doing this until I finally lose, just so I can explain to you my true roulette strategy. Or at least a basic version of it. When I play the roulette in real life, there's usually a display of what numbers have been played, so it's easier for me to, like, multitask my strategy, excuse me, for potential optimal win back. I think that landed on 33, which is black. Yeah, it did. Okay, so I lost this time. So 33. Again, this roulette is slow. I don't like that. But this seems to be more of a legitimate roulette experience than Casino Kid 2, where it's a little rigged in your favor, if you understand. So it was black, so I'm gonna choose red again, because statistically it was a 1 in 2 chance, but for it to be red twice in a row is less likely. Or for it to be black twice in a row, it'd be less likely. So I'm gonna double my bet. That way, I will win my $10 back, plus an additional $10, potentially. And if I fail here, I then bet 40, and so on, until eventually I would get my original $10 back. But it starts out as a 1 to 1, or a 1 in 2 chance, then a 1 in 4, 1 in 8, 1 in 16, and so on. As if it landed on the 00. That's the only thing with this strategy. If it lands on 00, it completely buggers everything. So that's a risk, too. But that doesn't usually happen too often. But yeah, feel free to try it out, but if you lose like $200 doing it, don't blame me. It's very possible for that to happen. But it's like a 1 in 64 chance of you losing like $100, $200 with this strategy. It all depends on what the minimum bet is on the roulette. You can usually only double your bet about 5 to 6 times. So let's move on to the slot machines. Pot o' gold. Let's just start with the $1 one. Now you may notice that these slots, there's no diagonal. There's no potential to win with diagonals, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But yes, this is... like, I mean it's slots, like it's still a slot machine. You just have less chances to win because it's the 3... just the standard 3. It's a typical one-arm bandit style, rather than like video slot style, where you can get, you know, up to like, say, 20 different combinations. But yeah, what more can I say? This is pretty standard for slots. But last but not least, let's do a little bit of Keno. My slot machine strategy, by the way, is try to play one where there's a bonus game, and bet as little as I can. And then as soon as I get to bet on the bonus game, just quit. Because I can usually win some money that way. Okay, so let's select 15 numbers. So 7, 17, 23, 30, 48, 57, 64, 69, 42, 35, 76, let's put a 5 in there. Okay, I don't have any of the ones. 51, 19, 73, and that's it. So I'm gonna write all these numbers down. Alright, so I got all these numbers written down here. So let's see if we aren't victorious. So let's bet another 10 bucks. See what happens. So yeah, that's kind of the main Keno strategy. I don't know what else you could do for a Keno strategy other than pick the exact same numbers, because statistically speaking, you would want to pick the exact same numbers. Because if you change your numbers every time, then you're resetting your odds. But if you choose the same numbers every time, like unless you just got 15 out of 15 numbers, don't change your numbers. Because every game, it's statistically more likely that your numbers will turn up. But I only got 2 numbers this time. But I will re-input. Oh, good evening, Mr. MegaHarv. Oh, don't be so frightened. I've been watching you for a while. You're really lucky, aren't you? May I join you? Sure. Oh, I'm so happy that I met you like this. It's almost time for me to go, but will you see me again? Sure. Yeah, I guess you can marry people in this game as well. There's like slight story to it, but not a whole whack. Just enough to spice it up a little bit. So let's pick the same numbers again. 5, 7, 17, 72, and I think it was 76. That's what I wrote down anyway. So let's bet 50 bucks this time, because we're nearing the end of this episode. Maybe we can have ourselves a big win. So let's see if these numbers are more lucky this time. They can't be much less lucky. Alright, I got 1. But I got 2 last time. I'm not sure if this game has any tendencies which numbers come up. Ooh, I got an extra number this time. See, you just want to keep picking the same numbers. Most Keno machines these days do that automatically. Ooh, I got 5 numbers. Surely that's some sort of win. I didn't win anything with 5 numbers? I must need 6 numbers in order to win. Mr. MegaHarv, I'm so happy that we could meet again. I think I've fallen in love with you. Will you take me as your partner for life? Sure. Oh, I'm thrilled that you'll take me for your wife. If only it was that easy in real life, eh? You're just playing Keno for 2 minutes, you meet a girl, you sit down, you have a few drinks with her, then she comes back after your second game of Keno and professes her love to you, and then you get married. So you already go and get married. You are in Vegas, so it's not hard to just... It's not a drive-through chapel, but... We got married today. So, here's the news. Mr. MegaHarv was the victim of marriage fraud and is swindled out of 200. The police are still after the criminal. Well, shows what I know. Well, I have to try to recoup my losses here in Vegas. From what I understand, it's not always negative. Sometimes something good will happen to you. But in this instance, it was not beneficial. So moral of the story, don't get married by random people in Vegas. Was that half my money? Is that why she took 200? She got married with me so she could take half of my assets? She really could have dug for gold a little better. But anyways, let's bet it all. Because I need to... So far I've had $400 stolen from me, but I might win it all back right now. So let's see. Oh, we got 1 number. 2 numbers. We need at least 6 numbers, or else we know we aren't winning anything. 3 numbers. It's not looking good, but it could go crazy right at the end. Only 4 numbers. No, we didn't win. We are bankrupt. Oh no, you're penniless. Don't feel so bad. It's always winning you. But then again, Las Vegas is a city that sells dreams. We will give you another chance to go home a winner. Remember though, this is your last chance. Go ahead, pull the lever. Alright. That's kind of generous, that it gives you like a last stab. Bar. Ah, so close. I guess this really is goodbye. It's such a pity, but we await your next challenge. Well, we weren't victorious today, but that was Vegas' dream. It is an alright casino experience. If this was 1988, I reckon I would give this game a yay out of yay or nay. But here in 2017, I have to give it a nay. The game plays a little too slowly for my liking. I like how there's Keno and slot machines, at least. If you're into Keno, I would give this a yay. I don't think there's any other Keno games on the NES that I know of. If there is, I hope I'll find it and then show it to you, because I don't want to leave any casino games unturned. But yes, that is Vegas' dream, although I gotta say it's probably... but it doesn't have the poker. So yeah, all in all, this also gets a nay. But I give it an E for effort for having, like, random chance encounters involved as well. As we close out with the opening cinematic. So thank you very much for joining me today for Video Game Gambler. Join me next time for a new casino, which may not necessarily be a casino game. So until next time, I still go by MegaHarv.